Hello and welcome to Coaching Signs, powered by PickProofSigns.com. First and foremost, thank you for purchasing our product. You now have a lifetime license to the #1 wristband sign system on the market for baseball and softball. It can be used for all ages and is fully customizable to fit the needs for your team. What we're going to walk through in this video is we're going to go through the initial setup wizard. This should be the screen that you often will come to when you first get into the software. You can also get to this screen by clicking on the settings and then setup wizard in the settings of the software if you ever want to come back to this and alter this. But we'll just go ahead and get started. The first page you're going to see is just entering your general information, what you want associated with the software. This can be changed at a later date, but is something that you can associate with your team that's using the product. Once you get everything entered in, go ahead and click next. The first sign that you're going to see, or the first page you're going to see, is the pitches page. We're not worrying about defense. We're not worrying about offense here. All we're doing is thinking about the pitches that we want to be able to pick from when we go to set up our signs. As you can see here, we have some things loaded up, both for baseball and for softball. If for some reason there's something that we forgot to load or something that you want to change the character to, you can click the edit button here. Or if you want to make something totally new, you can click add a custom sign. When you come into here, you're going to go ahead and pick, as an example, your new sign. That's what it would show up on the coaches page as, and we'll just use N for the player card code. This is going to be a 1-character code on the pitches because if it's a pitch, we're going to assume that we need a location. We're going to save that second character for the location. If you'd like to color code it, you can. You select the body color. You can select the font color. Some people like to reverse these. A heading color. This would be on the coach's card only. This would make it easy for you to find this. Once you get these things set the way that you'd like them, then you'll go ahead and click save, and then you'll see that pitch show up on your available options. Click next, and then you're going to see the defensive picks and plays. This is going to allow you to select anything defensively that's not a pitch that you want to have on your coach's sheet and corresponding player cards. As you can see, we have some standard things here again. If there's something that we don't have, just like with the pitches, go ahead and click add custom sign, and you can add anything there fully custom. One thing to note on this is these signs will have two characters because we're not worrying about a zone. So you'll see pitch out. The character is, the code for that is PO for pitch out. Again, you can customize that, but you're going to get to use 2 characters for those particular plays. Get those set and click next. Because this is the setup wizard, we're just getting everything lined up the way that we want to use it. When we go to create our signs, we're also going to be able to set our offensive signs. If you're not planning to use the offensive side of the software, you can just bypass this, or like before, you can click add a custom sign so that you can create something new, or you can add and remove things here. But again, we have a lot of kind of default plays listed in here. Once you have those the way you like them, go ahead and click next. Okay, this is an area that's important if you're going to be using the product on the pitching and defense side of things. This is where you're going to create your zone group. A zone group is when you think about how many locations do I want to pitch to. For younger teams, we recommend keeping this really simple, maybe 2 locations. We have teams that use up to 9 locations. Remember, the key here is only use as many locations as you think your players can actually pitch to. Because if you pick a zone and you have locations, you're going to need to put pitches there, and you may run out of numbers to certain locations. As you can see, I've already entered one here. It was for 3 zones, but I'll go ahead and create a new one just so you can see how to do that. So what you'll do is you'll go ahead and hit the create a zone group option here. You'll see this is kind of a catcher's view looking at the pitcher's mound. And what you're going to be able to do is add your zones wherever you want them. To make it easy, I'm just going to pick 2. I'm going to say zone 1 for us is always inside, and that's whether it's a righty or a lefty. And zone 2 for us, we'll just drag this, and we're going to say that this is always outside. Remember, your players are not going to see the software, so it's just important for you to let them know, hey, zone 1 is always in, whether it's a righty or lefty. Zone 2 is always away, whether it's a righty or lefty. And then you'll have a pitch that corresponds to each location. So on your player card, what you might see, and on the coach's card is something like F1, fastball in zone one would mean a fastball inside. So go ahead and add as many zones as you want, put them wherever you want. You can remove them, you can see there, you can add more. And then what you're going to do is go ahead and click save once you have your zone group the way you want it. I recommend naming your zone groups by how many locations you have. So because we did 2 there, we'll go ahead and name that 2 locations. It'll make it easy to select later. Go ahead and hit save. Now you've got your zone groups there that you can see. Go ahead and hit next. Here are just some general prim settings. These are really just in place to make it easy for you. One thing that really separates this software from other products out on the market is that you can both export to PDF, which oftentimes is free and everybody has, or Microsoft Excel. The great thing about exporting to Microsoft Excel is it actually allows you to go in and manipulate the coaches sheets and player cards further. This is really helpful for teams that want to maybe add some areas for notes and things like that. So if you have Excel, I'd recommend probably exporting to that. How many signs would you like on each player card? For the smaller wristbands that we partner through Own the Zone Sports with for our wristband sales, 150 is the best size for the small, 216 is the best size for the large. And then there's just some other settings here that you can pick through utilizing color, dividers, etc., etc., and how you want to read the player cards. So go ahead and put those to your preference and then click next. You can see here on the advanced settings, we recommend not changing these, but you can change what number the signal code starts with first. We start it with zeros, but that could be a 1, it could be a 2, depending on how you're planning on using the software. How do you want to read the signs, vertical first or horizontal first? Again, etc., etc. This number down here, first number to be used to match the player card and the coach's cards, you can change that. That's if you happen to get a player card and a coach's sheet separated and you don't know if the player card goes with that coach's sheet. These numbers will be listed on the bottom so you can link them back up after the fact. This is going to complete the initial setup of getting your signs set that you can actually go in and then create your offense and your pitching and defense signs. We'll cover those in a separate video. But again, we want to thank you for utilizing coaching signs powered by pickproofsigns.com. And we appreciate you. We appreciate your business. And don't forget to buy your wristbands from us. We have a full season guarantee on them. Best of luck this year.